What's up, everybody? It's the Casual Podcast with your boy Brian, the Casual Brian. This podcast is brought to you by the Casual Brand. Casual Brand clothing, Casual Brand pages, whatever you need to stay casual, we got it. Coming to you live from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And also shout out to Instagram. Yeah, man. So mostly we're going to be talking about the NBA All-Star game, a little bit of some of the weekend stuff. A lot of fun, a lot of fun things happened this weekend, even though it was super cold, way too cold, man. I am not a fan. I'm thinking about getting a shirt made that says "Not a fan of February" because I am literally not a fan of February. It's just too cold. It's just too cold. So yeah, this weekend was nice. Went over to my friend Carlos. Completely missed the UFC card. Wanted to see it, but got caught in some very fun, very educational YouTubing. You ever do that? Just let yourself go down the rabbit hole. Well, that was the weekend for me. Me and my boy Carlos, which was dope. We checked out the Kanye doc. Man, if you haven't seen the Kanye document, I think it's like a multi-part series. I think the next one's dropping tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. It is a phenomenal documentary. Now, I've always been a Kanye fan. Um, with all that he's done, I've still been a Kanye fan. I think that my thoughts about Kanye is that he's a man who has truly experienced limitations. Like many of us will go through our lives and will never really understand limitations because we always perceive that we can do more. Like if I want to get my doctorate, I could go back. It's possible. You see what I'm saying? But if I went back and I started taking the class and I realized that it wasn't for me, that's actually coming into face with a limitation. And we all have limitations. That's a part of life. We can't do everything from serious to not serious. We not so serious. We can't fly. I mean, we can get in a plane and fly, but we can't physically fly with our bodies. Um, More thought based. Um, I had something, and I just like, oh, so I train jujitsu like 2 hours a day for 4 times a week. It is very grueling. It's very tough on the body. That being said, because I'm almost 40, I can't I can't compete. I can't. It's too late for me to want to pursue a career in jujitsu. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's so um it's too difficult. Now, I can pursue competition, I can pursue belts, but I can't be a competitor. Now, just because I can't be a competitor doesn't mean I can't compete. I can compete, but my friend Kyan, he's been, I think, since the year has started, he's done at least 2 competitions. That's travel, that's hotel, that's competition fees, that's the membership fee to even be in the organization. You know what I'm saying? So these are that's and he's young. That's his priority. He spends all his time training. Another friend of mine in Utah, all he does all day is train and some teaching and drilling. Train, drill, teach. I can't put that much commitment to jujitsu. I already put a lot. I think I put a lot in. I think doing 2 hours a day is a good amount, a solid amount. I know some people they'll do 1 hour, but like 5 or 6 days a week. Um, so it's very complicated. Um, or it's not complicated. Sorry, I'm thinking someone's trying to text me. People are texting me from the Casual Jazzer, and I'm trying not to like focus on what they're doing because I'm also live on Instagram, so I can't just go in there and answer them. But yeah. So limitations. Kanye is a man. I think that we're watching him live his life out, and it's tough. It's difficult, man. Like but it's his choice, like for example, the medicine. I get it. I get why he doesn't want to take the medicine. I've seen it. It curves who you are as a person. That being said, uh, if you're in Kanye's place, if you're in his position, and your ups and downs are manic, then you might need something. I just it amazes me that all the years of science and medicine, and they still haven't figured out a way of whether it's just binaries, off, on, emotions off, emotions on, emotions off, they're on. You know, couldn't there be something that will like gradually take a little of the edge off? That's what I heard. I haven't taken it. I heard Valium does that. I was on tour, and the tour manager, the road manager, was saying basically he takes it to help. What's up, Deshaun? Saw Andrew. Throw some love. He takes it just to help take the edge off. You know what I'm saying? And I hear that, man. You know, for me, jujitsu is enough to take the edge off. When I'm training every day, or 4 days a week, I feel good. I feel good. I'm doing supplementary weightlifting. So today I'm gonna go to a movie, which I'm pretty excited about, and then I'm gonna go on to lift weights, and then I'll do 4 days straight, which I don't love. I like to have a break in between. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, just there's so many things about the Kanye doc that are so impressive to me. Kanye West doc. First of all, he says so many things that like later on in life they become true, you know? And then you just look back and you're like, dang, Kanye definitely said this, you know? He's like, they messed up his name. He's like, I'm Kanye West. Because he was up and coming. And so the people were like, well, everybody calls you Kanye. And he's like, yeah, but I haven't got there yet. So most of the people they're gonna be looking, they're like, who is Kanye? But he's like, but eventually I'll get to the point where I drop the last name and it's just Kanye. Or maybe he said, or maybe one day I'll just be Ye. How about that, bro? How crazy is that? You know what I mean? This man has been on a plan. He's they're filming this documentary that's on Netflix. I mean, early 2000s. You know what I mean? Maybe even into the 90s. I think it was early 2000s. Think about having the vision as the guy who is recording to say that this is something that needs to be documented. Gary Vee talks about this all the time. Gosh, I wish I would have been documenting in the early days so that you could have seen it, which is why I'm thankful that I can, kind of document my process, because I think that, when I get to where I'm going, it'll be fun to look back on the progression. I already see progression. I already see momentum in my life and in the stuff that I'm doing. I mean, even just being here, even getting those doggone pictures finally up that you can't really see. It's all progress. What a quote, right? Donda, his mom, the giant in the mirror sees nothing. That's true, man. That's I think that and I was discussing this with my friend. I think that there's no difference between Steve Jobs and Kanye West. The only difference is that Kanye is a black man. They have the exact same ego, the exact same bravado, the exact same ambition, but coming out of the mouth of Kanye, people are not people. Kanye's not gonna. He's not gonna like soften the truth. He's gonna speak his truth, and some of it hits and some of it doesn't. But what man, the stuff that hits is straight facts. His I implore everybody to listen to his interview that he did with Zane Loke. Not this most recent one. The one he did where I think he's wearing a green jacket and they're talking about Yeezus, the record. Bro, he's just dropping the whole industry. He's just like he's letting you know. It's the same thing Chappelle was saying, man. You know? They don't and now, the thing about it is if you want to move fast, you got to do it at the cost of something. That speed comes at the cost of something. And for most people, it's long-term financial benefit. You get on faster, you get because you're getting what do they call? What do they give 'em? Advances. You take more sooner, and then um you become you take more sooner, and then you become what is it called? Hold on. Someone's ringing my doorbell. I'm not famous. I can go ahead and do that. I owe you guys at least a minute. All right, I owe you a minute. I normally go over. Anyway, Kanye's. You need to watch the documentary. It's good. A lot of people have been giving it good recommendations. They're good. They're right. I also watched the movie Parasite for the first time. What a great film! What a crazy film! Completely different than what I thought they were going to do. I mean, they took a hard pivot to the right. I guess you say going left. It went left, but just such a creative story, such an interesting story. A little graphic, yeah, but that's kind of how that's the vibe. That's how they rock. Um, so yeah, it was a good weekend. Um, I could stay on that Kanye for like ever. I could stay on. I don't agree with what he's doing, but I think that people need to look at Kanye with a little empathy. You know what I mean? Like, I think that has a genuine love connection for Kim, and it's got to be tough seeing your ex with Pete Davidson. I know I wouldn't want to do it. It would suck. I don't get that guy. I don't get him as a comedian. I don't get him as a heartthrob. I don't know what. I just don't get him. And I would be like way into my ego. Because that's really what all that stuff's about is ego. At least with Kanye. Um, I feel like I have a nice baritone going today. Like, welcome, 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 welcome to the Casual Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about coffee. If you like coffee, then casually pull yourself up to the speaker and listen to me sip coffee. I haven't had my coffee yet, so I'm still in the waking up process. No, so the Kanye doc was dope. Sad I missed UFC, but I didn't care about any of the fights, so it's not that big of a deal. This week, I don't think there's one this week. I think the next one is when I'm leaving for Portugal, so I'm gonna miss a bunch. It's the one I want to see too. It's Masvidal versus. In fact, I don't think Masvidal's gonna make this fight. I think he's gonna pull out with an injury. Personally, I don't. There's no way he can beat Colby. He's just not gonna give him an opportunity. He's gonna wear this guy out, man, and it's gonna be embarrassing. If you don't understand or like grappling, then it might be a boring fight for you. But if you understand the game plan and how to beat Masvidal, which is why it's even crazier that Usman knocked him out. He's going down, bro. He can't grapple. He can't grapple with Kobe. He can't keep up with his pace. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So some interesting jujitsu stuff's happening. I'm positive this year that I'm going to go to ADCC in Vegas. That looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Just got to get tickets. And I've never been to Vegas, so it's an excuse to go to Vegas. Gotta be disciplined though. You know what I'm saying? No trips to the ATM. No trips to the ATM for your boy this time. Oh man, Atlantic City is a vibe. Atlantic City's fun. So I was supposed to be talking about stuff this whole time. I don't feel like it. Most people didn't even really see the All-Star game. I wasn't even gonna watch it. I watched the first quarter and I was like, "This is awful." I'll tell you what was the worst before I get to the game. I don't need a lot of time for the game. It was the halftime show. It was terrible. NBA, if you're watching, which I know you are, that was terrible. Come on now. And I don't put it on Earth, Wind, and Fire. It was all terrible. I think it was terrible because it was off the backs of, like, the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Why are they so close anyway? That's a bad idea, you know? Give us a little space. Let the game kinda go away, and then we move on to the NBA, you know? I guess they gotta get it in before March Madness. That's probably the thought process, which I'm pretty excited for this year. I haven't been this excited for March Madness in a while. Now this is the funny part. I have no idea about I know, like, 3 or 4 teams, how they're doing. Kentucky, of course, because that's my boy, and Colleen, so I always know about Kentucky. I know Auburn is doing better than what they've normally or traditionally done. I know Duke because it's Coach K's last year. That's it, man. So it's gonna be a fun, wild ride that I'm gonna have no idea what's going on, which kind of sucks because that means if I do brackets, they're just kind of guessing. I don't like that. I would rather, but at the same time, what am I gonna watch college basketball? No, thank you. No, thank you. I have no desire to watch a single game unless it is March Madness. Then it's great. Same way with baseball. I'm becoming that way about the NBA. I feel like just the regular games are so pointless, right? Doesn't matter if you win. And I don't like watching stuff like that. That's why I'm not watching any of the Olympics. Now, that being said, with the shade being thrown on the All-Star game and the All-Star weekend, I came back to it, um, and I saw Steph go off, and it was brilliant. It made it all worth it. Steph Curry, the reason why I want to talk about Steph, the reason why I almost feel like I need to have like Steph up as I talk about my man. Let's go here. The reason why I want to talk about Steph Curry is because I just don't think the guy gets the credit that he deserves. Okay? Like, people have the GOAT conversation, LeBron, Jordan, whatever. They don't even discuss Curry. Now, for me, I know that my metrics are not the same as everybody's. Not everybody's not going to be like, oh, well, this is what's important. But for me, your impact on the game should be considered way more than how simply good you were. Steph Curry changed the game of basketball completely, for better or for worse. It's not anywhere close to what it was when I was growing up. He made certain positions irrelevant, and the guy can hoop. It's not like all he can do is shoot threes, but man, can he shoot them? And he can shoot them for anywhere. Nowhere is safe. You're never safe with Steph Curry. If he's facing the basketball or if he's facing the basket with the ball in his hands, you're never safe. And that's crazy. He changed what we call good shots. People are like, how far away from the 3-point line, jacking it up? You don't even call it jacking it up anymore. Back in the day when you would shoot like a long, long three like that, they're like, why are you jacking up threes? Now everyone knows why. Shoot 50, you got to make 5. That's 15 points. That's a big difference in the game. You shot 50. Obviously, we hope for less than 50 to get to 15, but they'll take it. That's what they do. They go down the court and they just shoot J's. Now, it makes sense when you think about it. They don't shoot like long jump shots anymore, which is like, why? Why would you shoot that shot when you can just step back a little bit and make more? It adds up. It adds up. It freaking adds up in an irritating way. Like the fantasy league I was in, if Joe Burrow, the quarterback, threw the ball to Jamar Chase, caught the ball for a touchdown, I would get 4 points and Jamar would get 6. That's the whole long shot versus a three. It adds up. It adds up in the most irritating ways. So, you know, Steph Curry changed the game. I believe he should he I I won't put him above Mike, but I'll say you need to talk about him when you talk about LeBron because LeBron didn't change the game. I mean, no, that's not true. LeBron did change the game. He changed sports, you know. So, and what he's done has been amazing. I think you really do need to have as dominant as Jordan was, you really do need to have a conversation about LeBron and what he's done for sports, what he's done for players, what he's done for business, athletic business. I think everything from the college sports all the way down, I think that it's all felt LeBron's impact. So anyway, that's my live for today. I believe that tomorrow we will have a guest, but I know we have at least 3 guests lined up for this week. I don't know what order they're coming in, but hopefully tomorrow we'll have somebody, and I'm excited to have them because it's going to be a good conversation. Until then, stay casual.